And now it gives me great pleasure to invite Mrs. Héla Cheikhrouhou, the Executive Director of the Green Climate Fund, to inform and help set the sail for our high-level dialogue. Héla, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Es un honor para mí estar en Lima con ustedes e informarles sobre el avance significativo realizado por el Fondo Verde para el Clima en los últimos 12 meses al entrar en operación. The fund is now ready to receive, program, manage, and disburse funds. It has received pledges in the last 5 months of about $9.9 billion equivalent, making it the largest specialized climate fund globally. We applaud the tremendous leadership by the 22 countries among you that pledged significant resources to the fund so quickly. We are working closely with you to turn your pledges into contributions as fast as possible. I now call upon all countries that are able and willing to do so to come forward and invest in the Green Climate Fund as well. The time has come to bring real scale to climate finance. We have no choice but to succeed. Excellencies, your vision created this fund to be a game changer. Now we need urgency, conviction, and scale to match that vision. The Green Climate Fund must make a difference in the livelihood of billions of people across the developing world. Where do we stand now? The fund is ready to disperse through a network of your highest performing implementation and financing partners, public and private, local, regional, and international. Our online accreditation system was launched less than 1 month ago. Now, several institutions are working hard on submitting their application to gain access to the fund. An innovative feature of this fund is that it enables a range of entities to be accredited, such as government entities, NGOs, and private sector. So put forward your highest performing entities to be accredited by the fund now. The fund will disburse through these accredited entities not only grants, but also loans, equity, and guarantees. These instruments will remove specific bottlenecks faced by climate-smart investments. This will catalyze a significant multiplier effect, which was showcased by the concentrical circles made by the Standing Committee on Finance right now. Our savings will at last be put towards building a low-emission and climate-resilient future. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the fund will aim to give equal weight and funding to adaptation and mitigation. As the reality of adverse impact of climate change hits home across the globe, we must implement no-regret adaptation investment now. Acting now will help us safeguard the public and private development gains over the last decades, particularly in small island developing states, least developed countries, and other vulnerable states and communities. Your priority private and public investment must be brought to fruition as soon as possible. We want to have a number of these urgent projects and programs approved by the Fund's board by the time we gather again in Paris next year. This will demonstrate to the world that your leadership is already producing concrete results. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Fund's investments will also bring immediate benefits. They will fuel economic growth, innovation, and job creation, committed to save forests, generate our energy from clean sources, build our cities and industries to be more resilient and efficient, and preserve the ecosystems that we all depend upon for the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, and the food that we grow. There is little time between now and Paris. We urge you to be champions of the Green Climate Fund in your respective countries and regions. We need you to act quickly. Now is the time to submit your most ripe and well-prepared funding requests, those that are truly game changers to your development trajectory for enhanced resilience and lower emissions. You all know that actions we take now will save trillions of dollars tomorrow, and more importantly, will save millions of lives. 70 developing countries have so far designated a national authority or focal point as the governmental counterpart of the fund. 27 of them have requested support from the fund to get ready to access it. we now call upon all other developing countries to designate urgently their national authority or focal point. This is the entry point and #1 champion for the fund's work with your countries. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, success is within our reach. As you make important progress this week to define your enhanced pre-2020 climate action, your intended nationally determined contributions post-2020, and as you draft the global legal agreement to tackle climate change, remember, the Green Climate Fund is at your service, and it will need continued scaling up of its resources so as to deliver on the results required under this convention. Submit entities to be accredited and begin preparing funding proposals now. Make a contribution to the fund. Je vous donne rendez-vous dans un an à Paris pour constater le fruit de nos efforts conjoints. Merci.
Thank you very much, Héla.